us both.
We're professionals, don't worry, we'll do both too.
Don't worry about it.
I'm nervous
great.
because I've never been in a podcast.
Neither have
No.
I.
Have we started?
Well, you're on a podcast right now.
Right now.
Welcome to the Hombu Dojo podcast. Today is a very, 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 very special episode of
Very,
the podcast.
very special guests. Right now we're sitting with Bianca and Defne, who are students here at the Hombu Dojo. Say hello, girls.
Hi.
Two of the dangerousest little girls in Dublin. Actually, how little are you guys? Bianca, what's your age?
I'm 11.
And
I'm 10.
Defne's 10.
Defne's 10.
Quite little.
Titchies. The babies. So, you have never been on a podcast before.
Nope.
And a second ago, you were talking our ears off. We couldn't get you to stop talking. And now that we've started recording, I hope that you keep doing that. Don't start going quiet. Say anything that comes to your mind. Just blare it away. Okay?
Okay.
There are people
Okay.
listening to this all over the world, so if you have a message for them, you can say it now.
Hello.
Hi.
You all stink. That's what I say.
Well, let's start by talking about. Well, obviously we're going to talk about karate, okay? But we need to know a little bit about you guys as people first. So let's see, Bianca, you said you were 12,
11.
11. My mistake. Sorry. And what class are you in school?
5th.
And what's your favorite subject at school?
Probably maths or art.
And do you have any brothers or sisters?
Nope. Single child.
Single child. Do you have any pets?
I have 2 dogs.
Oh, what are their names?
Dobby and Joaquin.
And why have you never brought Dabby and Joaquin to the dojo before?
Joaquin is scared to leave the house for some reason, and then Dobby isn't very friendly with other people.
Maybe Dobby
Just
needs
with
to
the
come
family.
to karate class.
Yeah.
Okay, and Defne, what class are you in school?
5th class.
What are your favourite subjects?
Math.
Maths as well?
Math.
Why does everybody love maths?
I hated maths.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't hate it, but it was boring.
I hated it.
Yeah, what's exciting about maths? You
My
guys are
favourite
weird.
subjects were...
Hey, it's not about you,
It's
Ross.
about me right now. It was PE and
History.
history.
Boring. So, what was my next question? Any brothers or sisters?
No.
Oh, no, another single child.
Yeah.
And any pets?
No.
Oh, if you could get a pet, what kind of pet would you like to get?
A cat.
Really?
Yeah.
A
Or if
fluffy
I
one,
could, I would get a penguin.
Oh, great answer. What would you name
Excellent
the
choice.
penguin?
Floppy.
Floppy. Penguin, that would be cool. What about if you could pick any other... Would you stick with your dogs or would you swap them in for
Well,
more exotic?
I would definitely stick with my dogs, but if I could choose something else as well, I would choose a sugar glider.
A what?
Sugar glide, are those the sort of
It looks like
monkey things?
no,
Sounds like a monkey.
no,
I have no idea
It's-
what that is.
sort of like a squirrel with bat-looking wings.
Like a chipmunk?
Oh.
Not really.
Sugar glider. Okay, you learned something new. I've never ever
It's
ever
an
heard of that.
interesting name.
But
for
what if it
something like
glided away?
Wouldn't really happen.
Okay, Bianca, you're a brown belt.
Yes.
Definitely, you were a purple belt, purple stripe, 4th
Yeah.
Q. And let's see, how long have you been doing karate, Defne?
For like a year and a half.
Whoa, that's
Or a
pretty
year.
quick to 4th Q, huh? Year and a half.
We are looking at 2 of the hardest working students I have the pleasure of teaching.
Yeah, both of you guys train with Ross Sensei, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. And Bianca, you are a brown belt. And
Yes.
you've been training for how long?
Around 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
2.5
2
years.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bianca, actually, is going for her showdown.
No way.
Yes, we.
When?
November 30th.
You mean the end of this month?
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk a little bit about the road to Shodan.
For Bianca.
Okay.
How are you feeling about it, Bianca?
Yeah.
Well, I'm nervous, happy, and excited.
Nervous, happy,
But I'm
and excited.
confident.
So, on the grade, you're going to have to do your kihon. You're going to have to do your kata and your kumite. What is there any part of it that you think needs a bit more practice before we go into the grading, or do you feel really confident about everything? Do you think you're just going to go and be amazing?
I feel quite confident about everything, but if I have to choose one that I need to work a bit more on, would be the Kihon, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot for black belt. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
of
lot of
mix.
stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
Just
stuff.
need to remember the names of everything.
Yeah, sometimes when they shout the names of Japanese, it can get quite confusing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially when some sentences just make up Japanese.
Yeah.
So Dev, now you're grading this
Yes,
time
for
round.
my third cue.
Yeah, you were practicing your kata 2 seconds ago. Looks very good. Are you nervous about the grading? Do you get nervous before you go to gradings?
Sometimes I get really nervous. Yeah. But sometimes I don't get nervous at all.
And what do you like the most? Do you like the kihon the most, the kumite the most, or the kata the most?
Definitely kata.
You do love your kata, don't you? You're always asking to learn new katas. And
What's your favourite kata?
I don't know. I like all of them, really.
Huh.
Really have
Bad answer. Give us your favourite.
Yang Godan.
Heian Godan. Great choice.
That's got the jump, right?
Yeah.
Super cool.
I like jumping.
My favourite Heian kata is Heian Yondan.
Yeah.
Yang Godan's
Mine used to be Heian Goran. Now I really like Heian Idan. That's my favourite.
Yang Godan's fun. It's energetic. But Yang Yondan, it started slow, and I used to always get the timing with my feet and my hands mixed up, so I had to practice that for a long time.
You mean for the first moves in Heian Yondan?
Yeah, like this part.
Yeah, she's doing the opening moves, folks. Yeah, that's because in this dojo we put a lot of emphasis on expanding the lower half of your body and the upper half of your body at the same time, whereas you see a lot of people who will plop the foot down and then move their hands really slowly.
I used to watch this guy on YouTube to like get a reference from before I do the katas. And when I watched Yan Yondan, he would do it like the competition version, where it's the foot and then the hand. And I got that wrong for so many times.
That guy you're talking about, I imagine, is Hirokazu Kanazawa.
Yes.
Who's a bit of a legend in the karate world.
But you're right, he's wrong. You're right to say so.
Yeah, karate changes over the years. Like, that guy was doing karate since the 1950s, so he learned a very different thing to what we do now.
Yeah.
And you guys are the future of karate. One day, 20 years from now, you're going to be doing things completely different from the way Ross Sensei and I taught you.
Better not. So why did you guys stick with? So out of all the things you could have done rugby, volleyball, basketball, football, dancing, gymnastics. Why did you choose karate?
Well, I started karate because there was this really mean boy that lived near me, and I couldn't go out and play with my friends that often when he was there because he would try and hit us. Once he
Whoa.
tried to swing a scooter over at my head.
What?
Oh yeah. So I told my parents that I wanted to start some sort of martial arts. Technically the only one I knew was karate. So I said I wanted to start karate, and then they found Hombu Dojo. So now when the boy figured out that I was doing karate, never bothered me again.
Oh, that's such a cool story.
Amazing.
Very cool.
He just
very
didn't
cool.
come near you anymore.
Nope.
Good
He was
lucky
afraid
him.
of me.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
My story is most likely going to be much less cooler than Bianca's.
Come on, tell us.
So, I was watching YouTube with my dad on a Friday night, I think, and then we saw this little kid trying to break a board.
Oh, I know that video.
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
was
really
really
cute.
funny.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to once try and do something like karate or some sort of martial art, and then we found Hombu Dojo, so I started.
I was the same. I started karate because I wanted to be cool.
I had a very similar story to Bianca's. I used to get bullied when I was younger and have a problem with kids on my street as well. So I started karate for the exact same thing, to try and give myself a bit more confidence and stand up to bullies and stuff.
Actually, there was something I wanted to ask the girls because, and it's linked to this. When I started karate, I actually tried not to tell anybody. And when the boys in school found out that I did karate, they all wanted to fight me. So I actually got beaten up a lot more after people found out I did karate. It's the opposite of your story, Bianca.
Keep it light. Keep it light.
But do you guys tell your friends that you do karate, and what do they think?
When I was a white, orange, and red belt, I used to tell many people because I thought it was something cool, and I showed them the basic moves like Chokozuki and Maigiri. And then everybody was like, that's not karate, you're fake. And stuff like
What do they know, huh?
that. Yeah,
Bunch
and
of
I was like,
losers.
no, that's the real thing. That's just the basic thing. And it's like, no, the real thing is like, and then they do these random moves, and I'm like,
They made the funny noises as well, like
yes.
That was the most annoying thing when people started saying, like when they find out you do karate, then they start going wah to you all the time.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Very annoying. What about you, Bianca?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't tell anyone until I was green belt or more. I don't remember. Because I just wanted to keep it a secret. Like,
That was only 2 weeks into karate, to be fair. Fast you moved through. But you told them a green belt. How did they react?
they were quite shocked. At first, they didn't believe me, but since I was like higher belt, I could show them the more proper stuff. They were a bit weirded out because they didn't think that was karate. They thought like karate was a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But they ended up believing me.
Nice.
Good, because you beat them up.
And once after I got my green belt, I said like, hey guys, I got my green belt. And then there's this kid. He said he wanted to fight me.
Whoa.
And then this kid is really strong, like has a lot of physical ability. So he just tackled me to the ground. And I was just trying to use my moves, except they would never work because I didn't know anything about kumite and stuff like that. Because I was only a green belt and stuff like that.
You've highlighted a big gap in Shotokan's effectiveness, and it's that we don't really teach about how to fight on the ground.
Yeah,
So when somebody tackles
problems,
you,
and I started competition classes and everything changed.
Yeah. Competition class is awesome, eh?
because you can just pop them in the nose before they tackle you.
Have you guys been to competitions yet?
No,
You've never been to a competition, Dave?
I probably will enter one just to see how it looks like.
I would like you to enter one. Bianca, you've done competition.
I've done 2 of them.
Yeah? And how did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
I didn't get any medals, but I got a very good experience.
Yeah, excellent. That's good. That's the important thing, especially when you're just starting out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's something you would like to do? And do you get nervous before you do the competitions?
A little bit not.
Yeah?
So-
Nothing shakes you, eh?
Sometimes.
I get really nervous before competitions. So I do.
Yeah, me too.
And I've been doing them since I was your age, since I was 11. And I still get really, really wound up, really nervous all the time until it's time to go and do it. And when I stand up on the mat and hear the referees call my name out and stuff, then it's boom, time. And it all goes away, which is quite good. And I think that's one of the cool things about karate is it gives you that bravery and that confidence to sort of deal with problems, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like my parents are really good at encouraging me when I'm nervous. So when we go to do the grading, like I'm always like really nervous, and then when they tell me anything, really, I feel much better. So I gotta give them some credit for all my.
Shout out to mom and dad.
Sit in the background. Good job.
That's very sweet. We have a competition in next May. We have a national competition in Tala every May, so maybe you'd like to enter that one.
Maybe, yeah.
You totally should. You can go and sweep the floor with everyone.
I'm gonna take the risk and probably do it.
Nice.
Is it kata or kumite or both?
Both, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably not gonna go on the kumite because my kumite hasn't really. It's not really good.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say you're just starting to learn it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a beginner, everyone starts off feeling that they can't do it, but I think just the more you practice it, the better you're going to get. And between now and May is a long time to get good at it.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy kata so much, I don't really think about kumite that much.
Yeah.
And that's normally why my katas are normally pretty.
We've
And
got a Tommy sensei
Yeah. We've
building
got
here.
a future Tommy Sensei.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you've got time to develop.
Yeah. Be cool.
Yeah.
So we've talked about how great karate is. What do you think is the most boring part of karate? Is there times in classes where you're like, oh, sensei, not this again, please?
the warm up.
The warm up?
Yes, like when we run around.
What, like when you do the warm up?
No.
When we have to
when we
do
have
the-
to run around in a circle.
Oh, because we have to do all the exercises and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Too hard?
Yes.
Would you like me to stop doing that?
You can keep doing it, but
I'm not going to enjoy it. So you're saying
yeah, exactly.
And is it just the new warm-up, the one that we do where we run around and we do sit-ups and
Yes.
push-ups and squats?
I absolutely do not like that one. But I still hang. I don't really quit. I just keep doing it.
That's
That's
yeah.
good.
So you only enjoy karate when you're doing cool moves and punching and kicking. You don't like strength exercises.
I enjoy karate when we're doing karate.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's
Okay,
great.
Bianca.
Well, I 100% agree with Defne.
Lazy butts.
I think everyone hates that warm-up.
I love it.
Everyone I know hates that warm-up.
Yeah. No, hang on a second. My turn, your class always. Are we going to do the running warm up? Are we going to do the one where we run and push ups and stuff? They love it. Yeah. And they do actually in a few of my classes. They do that. They're always asking for that warm
To be
up.
fair, recently I've been getting Michael to take the warm-ups, and Michael makes him do like 20, and then he's upped it to 30 recently
Oh,
and stuff. He's up
really?
in the number.
You become a tyrant.
20 push-ups and 30 squats, which usually you make us do like 10 push-ups, 10 squats.
10 push-ups is already hard for me. I'm just trying my best anyway, but
Complaining about push ups.
More
Needs to
push-ups.
do more push ups.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
So the worst thing is a warm-up.
yes.
Okay, absolutely. And what's the best thing that we do?
Everything.
Everything else is really good apart from the warm-up.
Cool. Okay, so we need more warm-up.
Pretty much.
Excellent. Cool.
So, guys, apart from when you just scared a bully away because he found out you did karate, and apart from when this guy wanted to fight you and he ended up tackling you, have you ever used your karate? For anything? Like taking on a bully or...
No.
I actually have
Yeah.
against the same boy.
Oh, so
was-
you did get to fight him.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but one day we were doing something that I think it was in the grading, the class before the grading. So someone was pushing you, and then you'd push them away and trip them up.
Oh, very nice.
He was pushing me. I did that thing.
Oh, nice one. Cool.
That's so cool.
I don't use kumite, but like there used to be a kid, his name was Nico, and we used to practice our katas together in the playground. Because before he started as a higher grade from me, he was half orange and I was white. And then I got orange, he got full orange, I got red. He started orange, I got yellow, he started orange. And then he kept going like that, and then I tried to teach him all the katas, so he learned them, and that's really all the time I used it.
Oh, so you used it for making friends.
Yeah, and also I had another friend who wanted to learn karate, so I taught her the basic moves and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Start your own dojos out in the streets.
Yeah.
I have something like Defne, both the things she said, but I have a boy that did karate. He stopped. I don't know if you guys know Lenny.
I don't remember Lenny.
Lenny.
He said he was in your class.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Lenny,
he's-
of course.
He's in my school, and we used to torture each other.
Oh, yeah?
So just randomly fake attack.
Ben is here. Welcome, Ben.
How you doing, Ben?
Come sit down over there between the two girls. Move these chocolate and cookies out of the way. Oh, here, grab a cookie, Ben.
Don't worry, Ben, you can get some food.
I already had some cake.
Oh,
yeah.
he's full of cake already.
Come closer to the microphone, Ben.
Scooch down, scooch your butts.
So, Ben, we've just been quizzing the girls about karate. So, guys, Ben's another one of these super...
Scooch closer, Ben, scooch closer.
One of these super dedicated children. So, Ben, tell us a little bit about yourself. You got any brothers and sisters?
One sister.
One sister. And does she do karate?
No.
No, what does she do?
Gymnastics, swimming, obviously, singing.
Obviously.
I mean, no. Skiing. And
She does a lot.
Sounds like it's hard to remember everything she
Yeah.
does. Now, Ben, while we're chatting on the podcast, you must try and look over in this direction while you're talking to us, okay? That way the microphone will pick you up better.
alright.
Cool.
Cool, man. So Ben, what belt are you just now?
Purple.
Purple belt. And are you grading?
Yes.
How long have you been doing karate, Ben?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, 3 years. That's pretty good. Purple belt in 3 years. And do you have one sister? Do you have any pets?
No.
No pets?
Oh yeah, we have a pet fish.
Oh yeah? What's the fish's name?
We had 4, but 2 died. I actually don't remember the names.
Wait, you don't know the name of the fish you have right now?
No, there's 2 left.
Oh. Okay, name them now. What do you want to name them?
Timmy and Jimmy.
Cool.
Excellent. And if you could trade Timmy and Jimmy in for a cooler pet, what would you choose? Anything at all.
A dog.
A dog? What kind of dog?
A pug.
Pug?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Cute.
Pugs are nice.
Very cute.
Right, we're just going to fire some questions at you, Ben, because we got talking to the girls for ages already.
Okay.
And one thing I want to ask you straight away is, have you ever used your karate?
This is a hard one.
Ben, can you stop kicking the floor? Just because the sound is going to go up into the microphones.
I probably haven't.
No? And why did you start karate?
Well, my dad had this great idea to start karate want me to start karate because he really wanted to do it when he was a kid. And so he wanted me to do it.
Uh-huh.
And he told my mom, and then my dad brought me down to Hombu. My dad brought me down to this dojo, but I was too shy at first. So I went to DL Kids, and when my mom was bringing me down, she acted like it was her idea. And I missed 3 gradings at DL Kids.
3 gradings.
Yeah.
Missed 3 gradings, fell behind. But that's right, I forget you started out in David Lloyd.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's been at it for a while, actually. That's right.
Ben, what's your least favourite thing about karate training? What's the most boring thing?
Some of the stretches are too hard and they're really annoying sometimes when you're doing lunges, like in one of the stretches,
He doesn't like them either.
when you stay, if you're lunging for like a minute,
Yeah.
it feels really sore.
Who makes you lunge for a minute?
No offense, Michael.
Michael?
Yeah.
I told you, Michael's
He's
too tough.
become yeah.
Caitlin sometimes.
Caitlin,
really?
yeah, when she's
Yeah,
doing the
she
warm-up.
does a long time for lunges.
Yeah.
Bianca and Defne were also complaining about Michael's warm-up.
Do you like the running warm-up? Or do you like the jumping up and down
I
warm-up?
like the running warm-up.
Yeah, you like that one? See,
wow.
Ben's
The
tough.
jumping up and down one is more like it still helps you warm up, except it's not like that hard so you get tired because then you can't do the stretch properly. And if you don't do the stretch properly, you might get injured.
So Ben, you're getting ready for your grading. How do you feel? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel confident? How do you feel?
I feel confident on my kata. I don't feel that confident on my sparring. And I keep forgetting Kihon. I think I'm in between in Kihon.
Yeah, in between. So if you had something that you need to practice the most, what do you think it would be?
Getting taller.
Getting taller. You need to practice getting taller.
Oh my goodness. Me too, Ben.
I've got a future Sensei Rue on our hands there.
But hey, Ben, it's no problem. But you know why? Because I spend my training sessions fighting Ross Sensei, fighting Scott Sensei, Sean, Tommy, all guys who are much bigger, much stronger than I am. But that means if ever I come up against someone my own size, they're dead. Oh, they're dead. I'm gonna take their head off.
Oh, so when I'm older, I can kill my dad.
Beat up Dad.
That's how it goes. Yeah, you gotta earn the family boots.
So your dad does karate as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who's better, you or Dad?
Does he call you senpai?
Oh, that's a very
Pretend he's not
That's a very awkward
easy question. Very easy question.
It was me because my dad said he would only get as far as purple belt
Oh yeah.
Did
because he
that?
said he couldn't do his kicks.
And do you help him with his katas?
Probably only did it once because
He already knows Techie Showdown.
He already knows up to take Showdown.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty
Wow.
good.
That's because he's learning all the katas for me to teach me.
Ah, so he helps you a lot with your karate.
Yeah, he's not worried about his kata because he thinks he's perfect.
He thinks he's perfect.
And it-
I'll write that down in his grading sheet. He thinks he's perfect.
When I was grading for my orange belt, my dad would always like search on YouTube like how to do Heian Shodan and all that stuff. Then we placed like tape on the floor so I can
Really?
follow like the shape of the eye.
Yeah.
And then we
Oh,
would
very
practice it and then keep practicing until I got it really good.
That's an excellent idea.
Do you think we should put up lots of videos of us doing the katas for you guys?
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
Already, Scott Sensei already does that.
Yeah, he
But
does.
his ones are really boring, yeah?
Oh yeah, I
That's
saw
true. The only
Sorta,
The
yeah.
only really interesting one was the one that the front cover has like loads of fire around it with like what was it like
One
a
of those old
washi
videos,
gari
yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
one of those videos I watched Perfect by
Very
Heian
good.
Yondan, and they're like, I would say it's really hard for kids like my age to understand what he's saying
Yeah.
because it's not really the
not
vocabulary.
very funny, is he?
used.
Not at all.
No. Do you think it'd be better if it
He
was funny?
He was
Oh,
funny
way
on the
Way better,
my
yeah.
red belt grading,
Yeah.
where he said, I think to Ru Sensei, he just got a full-time job, but he's not used to it yet.
He said that, did he? I don't remember that.
It was fun.
Yep.
Excellent. So, Ben, you've just started doing some kumite practice, right? Like
Yeah.
proper with the gloves on?
Yeah.
Me and you do some sparring. Do you like that sort of stuff?
I do, but when I go to the Saturday class, I feel shy, and also I used to do it, but then I stopped, and now I'm afraid to do it again.
Why are you afraid?
Because there's this one kid, well, a few kids, but this kid always does it. He's a brown belt, and his mum's a brown belt as well. It's not Oscar, but
Is
he's
he?
like
Okay.
tan,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like he all the time he's like 11 or something. He always punches me really hard
Really hard, yeah.
when I group up with him.
Oh, okay.
You know, sorry, go on.
Do you think it's important to get hit hard sometimes to toughen up a bit, or do you think it should be always just good control?
Well, that's a good point, but I always get winded.
You always get winded, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Easily.
good. I
Control
that's it.
is more important than hitting hard because if you don't have the right control, you don't know where you're gonna hit.
That's true. It's really, I think it's much harder to control your punch. Like
Yeah.
anyone can make a
And
fist and hurt someone,
Those
right?
people who don't have the right control, and then when they try and punch your cord, they always have to punch your arm or your hand, and that I don't really like.
When you
they do
control your punches, you can control
Yeah.
where they go more, yeah?
that. Yeah, and then you might get in the right spot, and then you can start hitting harder.
Yeah.
And also, like if you're in, for example, kumite competition, you couldn't really hurt them. Like if you didn't know control, you'd hit them as hard as you could, and I don't think it's good.
No, you get disqualified for that,
I
yeah.
watched the Karate Kid movie, like the really new one from 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we were in the competition,
When
I
was
thought that you had to hit as hard as you can doing kumite. And then like I always used to hit really hard, and now I feel bad for those people who did karate with me.
All those people you killed.
That's a good question. Have you got favourite karate movies? Or martial arts movies
I
that you've
watched
watched?
all the Karate Kid, the old Karate Kid movie and the new Karate Kid movie.
The only karate movie I watched was Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Have you all seen the new one, the one with Jackie Chan?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know there's no karate in it?
That's kung fu.
Why did you not call it Kung Fu Kid?
Today,
Sorry.
today, I was at my friend's house for his birthday, and that's why I ate cake.
Yeah.
But at this start, everyone was going up to his room, and I didn't want to go up. So I stayed downstairs for a bit and eventually came down, and he was like, hey, can you please come up to my room? And then I was like, but I don't want to. And then he was like, I don't take no for an answer. And then he lifted me.
Oh
And this was by an accident. So he was lifting me, and then I was trying to get off. So I didn't mean to, but I pushed the wall, and then he fell over. But he didn't really hurt himself. He wasn't like in pain. He was like, I was like, "Are you okay? I'm sorry," but he said he was fine.
It sounds like you didn't know your own strength.
Yeah. Sounds like you used some karate for self-defense there.
Yeah, kicked the wall and sent him flying. Good job. Good
I
job.
remember
Ben.
once we were practicing kumite, and then there was this orange belt. I don't remember his name, and they were like trying to use like normal blocks, and like we were doing normal free kumite where we could do anything, except he was using like those moves.
He was
so-
using basic techniques.
Yeah, just really basic techniques. So he just got cornered over there, and then yeah.
That's what happened.
Did you beat him
to
up?
me.
That's what
No,
happens
it
to
was
you.
not
You
my
get cornered.
part.
Oh, it wasn't your part.
Sometimes in kumite I mostly only use kicks, cause I'm afraid to actually get I'm not really I'm afraid to get hit and then I lose a point.
Yeah.
Well, they get a point. That's why I always try to do kicks, but the problem is I'm too short and I always miss.
I actually
That's, you need to have a conversation with Rue about how to use your speed rather than your length. That's
Yeah.
that's the trick.
Yeah.
I actually corner people a lot of times in freestyle kumite.
Well, you are super
Basically all
strong.
the time.
Yeah.
So is that your style? Do you
not
go
really
head on and you push people back?
Well, at first sometimes when it's worth points, like when we're doing 2x2 in the
Competition
dojo,
kumite?
when we're doing like competition with
Yeah.
points and everything, then at the start I just go all in. But then if we're just doing freestyle, doesn't matter about points or anything, I first push them to a corner, so it's easier to hit them.
I think I know where she learned that from.
I have no idea.
When I
do-
first started competition classes, I used to always look at like the people who were black belts and stuff like that, and they used to always do like these crazy kicks and these moves, and I always like tried to be like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what strategy do you use when you're fighting? Do you try and stay safe, or you try and jump in and score?
I first try and like confuse my opponent,
Ah.
and then just like hit them.
How'd you confuse them?
I just like pretend I'm gonna hit, and many times they think I'm just gonna keep pretending and just hit them.
Nice.
You
nice.
faint. That's cool. What about you, Benny boy?
My strategy is to run away.
Run. we need to get you up to speed, Ben. I think with the whole committee. So, do you prefer kata?
Yeah, but my dad tells me I'm better kumite than katas.
Ah, see, Dad's the expert. You see.
So, Ben, you said you don't like to get hit. You're afraid to get hit. That's why you try and use your legs. Bianca, Defne, you were saying, there was that boy who hit you and he hit you too hard and you didn't really enjoy it. What do you think, Bianca? What do you think about getting hit?
Well, I don't really mind.
Did you get hit a lot?
Not really. I usually just block it out of the way.
I mean, have you tried that yet, guys?
I'm never fast enough to block somebody's punch, and whenever I block, I always like hurt the side of my arm, so I never do.
Yeah. What about you, Ben? You ever tried blocking?
Yeah, but it never work.
Yeah, you
Like,
just run away.
Yeah,
Every
because
time-
either they already extend my arm so I can't block it, or either they just hit it too hard and I have no time to block it.
I have a tip for you, Defne.
Okay.
So, well, 2 tips. First of all, don't leave your arm out after you're punching. Just snap it, so then you can come back and be able to block. And second of all, it's better to hurt your arm blocking than be hurt punching, because you never know how hard they can
true.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That is very
Spoken.
true.
Spoken like a girl who's ready to grade for a black
Take a
belt.
showdown. Yeah, that was some showdown level advice.
Very
Bianca.
good.
Good job.
Very good.
Good job. But I think getting hit is all part of it. You know, you wouldn't be doing karate if you didn't. if you think about what it's like to do karate, people, the natural thing to think is that you're going to get hit sometimes. Today, Ross Sensei hit me so hard in the stomach I was on the floor for a minute. Like this.
I have a friend.
Part of the game we were playing.
The game of kumite.
Go on, Ben.
Can you get beheaded in karate?
Beheaded. Well, sometimes if Rude ducks, getting very good at ducking out the way of my kicks. But I think if he didn't, people would catch his head in the crowd.
I have a friend who does boxing, and whenever we're lining to go outside, he just quickly punches me, and I always try and block it, except he just punches my blocks. So that's when I
But that is blocking.
Yeah.
You want it to punch your blocks.
I still get hurt, and then he always punches me everywhere.
The trick when it's someone that boxes, you always use your kicks, because they don't use kicks. So that's what you do.
If you're blocking and it's really, really hurting you, they're aiming for you to punch your blocks or kick your blocks. And then just move back when you block, because then they won't be able to reach
Or
you.
move
that
sideways.
easy.
Yeah.
Side to side.
Gotta use that nice
back.
bouncy movement, yeah.
There's a lot of strategy you can learn when you get up the grades, Defne, and you learn about how to use karate against people with different styles and stuff like that. How many days a week do you do karate?
3. Oh no, 2.
I do
Yeah, 2.
You do 2 as well, Defne?
Yeah, I go on Thursdays and
Getting mixed
Saturdays.
up with
Sometimes I do
tracksuit
competition classes on Saturdays as well.
Bianca?
I do 2 in a week, but, well, technically 3 classes in a week, because I do the normal Thursday, normal Saturday, and then competition class.
Yeah.
So 3 in a week.
Yeah, 3 different classes on 2 different days. Cool. What happened to you then?
He found a fish and he couldn't stop laughing. Is that Timmy or Jimmy? Which one's that?
And I think this is to me. And so, I was doing this private class with Ross, and I found this fish.
It's not a real fish,
My
folks. There's
dad-
not just
my
random
dad
fish in the
put
different
it-
fish
My
cracker.
dad put it in the bin. I asked where it is. He told me, and I found it. I just saw something under the couch, and it wasn't the same fish, but
Yeah. You're a fish finder.
this is Survivor.
Survivor. There you go.
Put it in the bin for us, Ben. Thanks.
Cheers, buddy. So there's some. What if would you hate it? Would you hate it or would you love it if we started giving out karate homework? Because you had a big spiel about homework there. Would you hate or love karate homework? What do you think?
Probably
like it.
love.
I would be in the middle, because sometimes, once I think Ross Sensei said if you could figure out what this move is for, you would give
That
either me, Oshin, or Peter a sweetie,
Yeah.
and then nobody did it.
No, nobody did it. Yeah.
Speaking
So none of you's got any sweeties.
Speaking
So,
of
what kind
homework,
of homework do you imagine it would be, Bianca?
Probably learning different katas that aren't specific for grading. For example, Gion, MP,
Yeah.
learning them
Man,
off
if you
by
could
heart.
go off and learn them by yourselves, I would be out of a job.
We're not going to give you that for homework. What is it, Ben?
speaking of homework,
Come closer to us.
There's this school who banned homework.
Really?
Yes,
near
Yeah, we were
Freshman.
talking about it today in our class.
In Dublin?
That's why I told you guys earlier that my teacher decided to give us a choice of what we want for homework, because we sort of agreed, sort of disagreed, because most people in the class thought homework was good, most people in the other half thought it was bad. So then we came to that decision. So we got to choose our homework out of a strict selection.
Yeah.
Cool.
If we had homework, if we had to learn a kata, that would probably be pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Because I already know a lot of kata.
You practice your katas a lot.
I
You're
do.
always practicing, yeah. I actually watch you when you come early into class, or if you've just finished a class, and the guys are doing katas or something. The black belts are doing katas.
I'm just trying to copy them.
You copy, yeah, from the side.
I'm
Pretty
trying
cool.
my best to. Once in the karate camp, I learned basadai, And then once after the grading Karen said they taught me MP.
Oh.
So I already know both of those.
Oh, very good. Oh, Ben, meant to ask, what's your favourite kata?
He and Godan.
Why is that?
I know it off by heart. Also, I like the way when you're on the first guy, you go around like that.
Oh, yeah,
It's very satisfying.
I always had trouble when I had to cover my head before I blocked. I had a hard time understanding that.
Do you think it makes sense, though?
Yeah, it makes sense because if someone's punching you or trying to hit you anywhere near your face.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I go away and teach in other countries and stuff, a lot of the people do scoopy Ginambarais. They come up and do that, and I always say, even my kids, even Defne can do it. If Defne can do it, everyone can do it.
When I was starting off, my brown belt, then in the starting move, I would do a fist instead of hand open.
Oh, you mean the first move in Basadai? So your
I
left
do.
hand would be a fist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like Morote?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see.
I remember once in a competition class, we were doing a kata competition, and I got in the finals, and then my other opponent was doing Basadai, and I think I did Hyang Godan. And when I came home, I just tried to learn Basadai, and I looked at the video to see if I was doing good, and I figured out I got it completely wrong.
Wait, was this, was I the referee of that
Yes.
competition? Yes, I remember that day. You won, didn't you?
No.
Natalia beat you.
Yeah.
Ben won a kata competition in the dojo, though.
Really?
Before,
It was my
yeah.
first day in the older class. I was green belt.
And he smashed it. That's what
Nice
happened.
one. Gosh.
Because Ben, like, one thing about these three guys is they train super hard. Super, super hard.
And
What do you think when you look at other kids in the dojo who aren't trying hard?
I'd just be like, if you're training and coming here, why aren't you trying your best? This is not like something you have to do. It's not mandatory. You chose to come here. Then why aren't you trying your best?
That's exactly what we think.
Yes,
Defne.
exactly. Good answer.
Bianca, tell us what you think.
I hate it when people are messing in the class, because then the senseis have to stop and say like, stop that, blah, blah, and talk to them. And we just waste time because they're trying to fix the problem of the other person.
Yeah, and then there's
So-
like first warning, second warning, third warning.
Yeah, and you have to waste time like saying, you wait here until we're finished, blah, 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 and then give them a whole lecture most of the time. And then we just waste like half the class on that, which is
Yeah.
quite annoying because
pain.
people want to train.
You can start coming to adult classes soon.
What do you think, Ben?
Well, I once went to an adult class when Scott wasn't there. And Ross stuck me in.
Really?
He was
Yes,
sitting
he
here
did.
waiting for his dad, and I said, Ben, while you're waiting, get on the dojo.
But back to the actual conversation. I think it's very annoying because you have to stay in one stance, and when you really know the kata, it's like it's mostly the lower grades that are messing.
Yeah.
Like they're always doing a kata that you already know, and you're just bursting to do the other move, but you have to stop.
And you have to wait.
I
Long time.
I get really annoyed
I've
about that.
noticed
in
a pattern
adult
about
classes.
kids who mess.
Yeah.
After like all stripes, half orange, half red, and full red, because it's a different kata, people can't transition, and that's when they start like not trying their best and stuff like that, because they think it's too hard to learn a whole new kata, and then they quit and they don't grade anymore.
I think you're onto something there, Defne.
Yeah.
I think that's totally correct. Ben, I'm going to burn that thing. Come here.
You can have it back after the podcast.
Can I have a cookie?
Here, put the Defne. You hold the plate, and let everybody grab a cookie.
Cookies are my favorite food.
Yeah.
Those are the best cookies in
They're
Lidl.
good for you, kids.
So, if you had to teach a karate class tomorrow, what would you teach? Bianca, you go first. you could teach anything that you wanted in a karate class.
Probably applications for kata moves.
Oh yeah, do you think they're really cool?
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you rather teach the other kids or would you rather teach the adults? What do you think
I
would be cooler
don't
to do?
know if they're higher than my belt. I probably wouldn't be able to teach them.
Let's
But
pretend that they have no idea what you're going to do. They don't know what you know.
adults
You
then.
would love to teach adults, yeah?
Yeah, kids would be easier, but adults would be better because they wouldn't mess.
You wouldn't mess. That's very true.
Sometimes Tommy and Ross mess in class.
No, never.
Oh yeah.
Never miss.
I remember when you, Tommy, and Scott were doing this. Oh wait, I missed that.
Chew your cookie first. We'll wait. Take your time. I'll just edit
Send the
this
edit.
bit
It's all
out.
in the
yeah.
edit.
Okay, I pretended I'm finished fighting, but so you were pretending, you were like saying, making this joke by saying, "This is how Bruce Lee would do shooting." And then you tried to teach Tommy Sensei how to do a silly shooting, and then you're like this.
I would teach kids from white belt to half red or red how to execute a proper stance, because I always see kids not being able to like do a proper stance, and that's why they fail.
You know what you should do in your classes, Ross Sensei? You should have Bianca, Defne and Ben out at the front, just walking around, and if they see somebody in a bad stance, they trip them up. If they see somebody messing, they smack them in the
That'd be
face.
fun.
Well, it's funny because
Make them your
Child
little
abuse.
police, your little dojo police.
what's funny is that Ben's done it a couple of times for me, but Sam, who was meant to be here, unfortunately couldn't be here. Hopefully we'll get him on another time. But he comes early he gets dropped off early in the dojo for his class, so he comes on and he actually helps teach the
coaches?
white belts. So
Wow.
when we're doing Gohan committee, I'll watch from one end, he'll watch from the other, and if somebody has their hikiti hand down, he'll pull it up. If their knee's not bent, he'll give it a little push forward,
Yeah.
make sure they're punched in the correct position. If they've got the wrong leg forward, he fixes it. He corrects everyone. It's really cool. So
Why
he's
do I never do that?
I remember once when
well,
I
I'll get you to
was
stand at the front and show the moves, yeah?
purple belt. I used to come really early to the classes, so Ross Sensei would like bring me up to the dojo and help the really little kids do Yan Showdown.
That's correct.
I think we should make like dojo police sorta.
Yeah.
So like every class you pick 2 people that you saw last time was working their hardest.
Yeah.
And it won't just help you, it'll help the kids that usually mess pay more attention because they'll want to be it next week.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. We won't call them dojo police though. There's already a word for it. It's a Japanese word and it's senpai. Senpai means senior. So you have sensei, which is the teacher, and then senpai is someone in the class who is senior to you, who either helps you or beats you up a lot. Or both.
But yeah,
Like, Ross Sensei
that
is my senpai.
reminded me.
And Tommy
Guys, that
Sensei's my senpai.
reminded me beating up Donald Trump.
Hey, I'm Donald Trump. That'd be fun.
That'd be a good thing.
Oh,
to
that's
use
it. If you
karate
could
for.
use your karate on anyone in the world, who would you choose?
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
I didn't know about Boris Johnson back then.
Yeah, but you know, do Boris Johnson now.
If
Cool.
Boris Johnson was already dead, I would pick Kim Jong.
Kim
Kim
Jong-un.
Jong-un.
Oh, you got a problem with all the big leaders, do you?
I watched a video
Yeah.
from this YouTuber called Mind Warhouse, and he told you like 10 facts about the North Korean army, and like their personalities change. They change to cruel, and also they ambush different countries even though they didn't do anything. And if you get injured, you have to go into the hospital. It's really bad to just get injured because like you have to talk about why you paid for this treatment, and you only get alcohol rubbed on it, which makes it worse.
Yikes.
Oh, wow.
So it sounds like it sounds like it's a big bully, and you don't like big bullies.
Yeah. What about you, Defne? If you could beat up anyone in the world, who'd it be?
I wouldn't choose to beat up anyone in the world, really.
No, not even the bad guys.
No.
No? You pacifist. Very cool. Very zen. You'd like Rick Houghton. What about you, Bianca?
Well, I would, if I could, I'd beat up all the bad guys that are doing bad stuff to the to the planet and everything. But if I had to choose, it'd be Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump.
Really?
They don't stop talking about there's a button under my hand, I can push it anytime, blah, 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 blah. And threatening the whole country because they're mad at each other.
That's so true. Yeah.
Kids today are very clued in on
very-
nuclear
very
tension
involved, yes.
in the world. I didn't know about that. Mutually assured destruction is what it's called, guys. One person pushes the button and we all go up.
Oh, my friend Daniel, he's not the kid who had his birthday. He's having his birthday in 7 days. And he was like, because we were talking about buttons and like buttons are so satisfying to press. He was like, which button would you press? A red button that would blow up the whole world, or an identical red button that makes you coffee. And I told him I'd press both.
So you can drink a coffee while the world goes up in flames.
Yeah, and I'd live on Jupiter. Or maybe Uranus.
If you could beat up anyone in the world, who would you choose?
It's a bit dark. I better not say. Let me think.
Say
no, not Ross Sensei, Ben. Let me see. All right, puppy farmers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
No, I don't mean nice puppy farms. I mean bad puppy farms where dogs are kept in cages.
Oh, that's
And
They're
the puppies are
bad.
sold for hundreds and hundreds
Puppy
of euros,
abuse.
even though the poor mammy and daddy are miserable, and they're kept in a cage. So yeah, I'd find myself some puppy farmers around the
it
country,
called-
and I'd break their legs.
You call it puppy abuse.
It's puppy abuse. It's exactly what it is.
And dog abuse
Yeah.
with the parents.
It's animal cruelty. Who would you beat up?
Scott says.
Why not
That's a
Tommy?
payback for all the times he's hit
Why
me.
not Tommy Sensei? He's the one who hates getting hit in the face.
Wait, may I
And he's
ask?
also the one who pops me in the face the most often.
May I ask why?
Why? Because he, like, what you guys don't see is in all the adult classes, when he's showing off moves, he always asks me to come up and stand there and let him, and he just hits me to show everyone what the move should be done like, and it's very, very sore. So
Tommy
it would be a
said-
nice way to get some
Tommy
revenge.
Sensei is a higher grade. Why does he not do it?
A higher grade than
Because he
me.
hates getting hit.
He's a higher grade than me, but he's not a higher grade than Scott Sensei.
Oh.
No, but
and-
he's saying, why doesn't
oh,
Scott Sensei hit Tommy instead of
Oh,
you?
because I don't know, but I guess he doesn't like the look of my face. I don't know.
One
I think because he knows I'm the toughest.
I think we should get like a dummy where like Sensei can hit the dummy, not you.
Get a replica. So
I
that,
have
oh no,
It's not as funny. It's not
Or
as
you
funny.
can.
I have
or
a
you-
tip for you, Rue.
Yes.
Well, if you ever find puppy farmers,
Yes.
lock them up in cages.
That's a
Yeah,
good
give
idea.
them a taste of their
Oh,
own
that's
medicine.
like jail. That's
Excellent
like
idea.
jail.
Yeah,
Pretty-
just
It is.
Lock them
I
up in
have another.
cage.
With
I have
smaller
another thing to say.
cages.
Go on then, Ben.
jail.
Every Thursday, I always see Michael leaving like late, one of the latest people to leave. I have a question. Why would Scott Sensei not to school up Michael?
I would like to see him pull up Michael. Michael is one of those guys. He's
And
just a freak athlete.
You're
He's like
always-
he can jump so high, his head goes through the ceiling now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think you
brag
can take
about
a punch from Scott?
He's
Ross,
tough.
Yeah.
Ross, you always brag about punching Michael's stupid face.
If Michael hears this, then you're dead.
I think Michael might be
Yeah.
listening to this right
How old is
now.
Michael?
Michael is
15,
13.
I don't know.
I think he's 13.
When's he joining the
He's in
adult
second
classes?
year.
Soon, I think he's getting to that age. Yeah.
I'm
Is he a brown
scared
belt
to
yet?
join that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's brown.
Did he just get his brown belt, or
Yeah, I
was
think
he
he's
a
a
brown
third
belt
Q.
for a
Yeah,
long time?
third Q. I think.
I'm excited to get my third Q, but I'm also nervous because the higher grade you get, there's a higher chance you'll fail because the things get harder.
Not if you keep working as hard as you do.
Can I
That's
have
true.
juice?
Speaking, yes, you can. Speaking of the word fail, Defne, it is time for, and on three, y'all have to say fail. It's time for the 1, 2, 3 fail of the week. So, guys, I want you to have a think and tell me what is a fail that's happened to you recently that you need to
I thought
tell
you were meant
everyone.
to say who failed.
No,
it
the one
has
that
to be
you
one
it
of
has
your
to be one
own.
of your own fails, something that embarrassing that happened to you.
Oh,
We'll start here and work our way down. Go on, Bianca.
Well, this is quite embarrassing because yesterday when I was training, I mixed up Basaidai with Hian Godan, which was actually the first time I messed up Basaidai since I learned it.
Oh no, my goodness! What bit was it? Was it the part when you go down shoot or come up that
No.
Manjuku, or was it,
It
the
was-
Haishuki?
Neither of them. It was when you're there
like
and you have
this,
to punch
this,
down. I went up to prepare for the jump.
That's the one that gets all the brown belts when they go for the black belt. That's the one. Go on, Defna.
Yesterday also I messed up Heian Sandan and Heian Godan on the first move instead of punching, instead of doing like this thing.
The double blocks.
Yeah, the double block I punched.
That's
You went straight to
exactly what I was
Gyakuzuki.
gonna
And it
say.
really upsets me when I do something wrong in karate class because like everybody's coming in and they're watching us doing the katas.
Yeah.
It really upsets me.
But it happens to everyone. Go on, Ben. What's your
I
fail?
was
Come
gonna
closer
do
to the
the
microphone
same
and tell
thing
us. Come closer, come closer.
I was gonna do this. I was gonna say the same thing that Defne just said, but I have another one as well. And like yesterday, I have two actually. Yesterday I turned around and it was actually when you turn around with your same hand and leg. I turned around, but you said it was the wrong hand and leg. And then the last time when I was doing Mawashi Gari, and I was like, is this the right leg? And then you were like, yes, and then I switched legs.
Yeah, just to annoy me, I think. Yeah.
No, I didn't try to annoy you. I actually thought you said no.
Oh, really?
I thought yes. I thought it was reverse psychology that yes meant no.
He's trying to help you, not
If
get you to
everything
fail.
was reverse psychology, I think the world would be pretty confused.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really?
You know, guys, sometimes I mix up Heian Godan and Basaidai while I'm teaching. Especially if I'm teaching Basaidai. I'll be with the brown belts and I go, and then you do, I didn't count, or whatever
I
bit I'm
remember-
doing, I get it wrong, and the brown belts are just like, that's Heian Godan sensei. I'm like, whoops.
I remember a day I was in your class and
You were in my class?
yeah, and you forgot like 5 moves and skipped to another part of Basaidai. Yeah,
Actually, I know what
you
I
skipped
know
the
which bit it
whole
is. Yeah.
part.
Oh, I
there.
remember this class.
All
Yeah,
those
I
moves.
always forget that bit, and I go straight into the big get on barai. I don't know why.
Imagine if you Ross were teaching the white belts, the stripes, and the orange belts, and the pink belts. Well, that's a half
Pink
red
belt?
because white plus
Pink
red
belts?
is pink.
Yeah,
Okay.
Clever. So you imagine if you taught he and Shodan like he and Nidan, and or if it was all the red belts and the half yellows, and you teach he and Nidan like he and Yondan, and then they did he and Yondan in their grading, and they got the green belts.
Oh, can you imagine? That would be a
That
silly
would be
mistake.
extremely silly.
That
That
would
would
be
be
a
a
big
big
They get their
fail.
half.
Big
I
fail.
always saw this suggestion box over there, but I never asked anybody about it because I know somebody in this dojo will be like really confused and start to regret it. Because I know that I don't think anybody in this dojo would accept suggestions.
No, we only. Definitely, you're so wise. We only have the suggestion box so that we can laugh at the things people put in there.
People put suggestions in and we take them out and we go, ha ha, never. And throw it away. You're so right.
Is Scott Sensei being sarcastic with karate stupid?
Well,
True
that's
story
actually.
of survival. Why would he say karate stupid?
Karate
If it was
stupid
a
is like
true
being
story
crazy
of a
about karate.
So Ben's talking about the title of Scott Sensei's book, Karate Stupid. There's a copy hanging on the wall. What does Karate Stupid mean, Ross Sensei?
Being
Well,
like,
there's a saying
Oh, I
in
know.
Japan.
I know.
Go on then.
It's like everybody has to be stupid if you want to do karate.
Karate's so tough that you have to be crazy to do it, and they call it karate baka.
Does that mean I'm stupid?
Yes. Never
That
forget.
also means everybody whose name is up there or there is stupid.
Except if you get your name written on a special wall, then you're really clever.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's karate clever.
So that's us. Sorry.
I'll be there soon.
Yes, that's the attitude.
Yo.
That's
I
the
won't
attitude.
be. I'll
Actually,
be there
that links into my fail of the week. Mine happened earlier today. I mentioned it already. Ross Sensei punched me so hard in the belly. I went down on the floor for a full minute, and we were doing rounds. So I lay on the ground for a while, and I was breathing heavily, and it was so sore, and I was trying to get my breath back, but I was so winded, and I thought, all right, I think I can get up. But I stayed on the floor for another little while. I stayed down longer than I needed to, and then when I got up, I put my mouth guard back in, and I stood in front of Ross Sensei, and I was like, all right, let's go. And then, ding, 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 saved by the bell. I didn't have to fight anymore.
Where's your sense of Budo spirit?
Or was it my dad telling you a gym workout and you failed to do that one?
Did I fail to do
Really, Dad has some opinions about everyone that he's not telling
Show
us.
him a press up and he'll judge that.
Oh, no, I've no doubt your dad's form when it comes
Do
to
that
press-ups
on-
is
do the press
much
up on
better than
camera.
mine. There's no camera on right now, but I'll do it later.
Yeah.
We need to hear Ross Sensei's fail, though.
My fail actually
getting
happened
punched
today.
in the
I went
belly
up
by
to Ray Sensei's dojo for some morning training today, and we done some kata, we done gankak, which went quite well, and then we done didn't get as much practice, but we done Gojushiho Dai.
Ooh.
And you know, right now I have been working very hard on Gojushiho Sho.
Oh, okay.
And I done what you guys, black belt katas, and I done what you guys did. I kept mixing up. I think about 3 times mixed them up. And that was when Ray Sensei was filming to put up on Facebook. So that was my big fail. You know, going up for the
huge
first
fail.
time. Very huge fail.
That
So
was the biggest probably ever. Even with me, well, everyone else's fail merged together.
yeah, well, thanks for that, Ben.
Yeah.
You know, son, I love the fact that I always have the support from my students. That no matter what
With
happens,
the black belt kata you taught me that I don't remember anymore is like hiho kako sho.
No, say come
Kanku
closer to
Show.
the microphone and say it again.
Kankudai?
Hiho
Kanku show, you mean?
No. Come on.
hiho
Yeah.
sho.
Now say it 3 times fast.
Hiho sho. Hiho sho. Hiho sho.
It's
Hiho sho.
Gojushiho Sho.
Koju shiho sho.
hey, not bad.
Koju hiho sho.
Karate dancing, that's what we need.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
please ask questions.
Right now I'm wearing the Hombu Dojo hoodie.
Yeah.
What does shuhari?
Oh, I know.
What a question.
I know.
Oh, Defne thinks she knows.
I knew it, but I forgot.
It's like shoot means like learning the system, and then has like adding your own things, and he's like going beyond the system.
Oh my goodness. Can we have that?
Very good.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent.
Where do you get the hoodies? Is it hombudojo.com?
You have to be this tall to get the hoodies, Ben. Sorry.
It's hdki.org.
Yeah.
You can get HDKI hoodies, HDKI mugs, bags, sippy cups. Not sippy cups, what are they called? Water bottles.
Water bottles.
Can I get a cup like that with
Yeah.
my name on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that, yes.
Instead
Yeah.
of Ross's name.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my name on it and give it to you.
Defno, well done. That's the
I
exact
was thinking
meaning of
this
shuhari.
YouTuber called Mr. Beast, and he
Oh, no,
always
him.
used to say, Mr. Beast, get your hoodies at shopmrbeast.com. So I was thinking like hombudojo.com.
Well, hombudojokrate.com is the website for the dojo, but hdki.org is the website for the organization.
Which is the whole world. Yes. Very cool.
So,
So, guys, this has been super fun. We're definitely going to do this again. This was great. You guys were brilliant. Thank you very, very much
Can
for
we do
doing
it
it, guys.
another hour?
Another hour? I would love to do another hour, but I think it's
there are
you guys.
three daddies over there who probably want to get you guys home now.
to bed. So, thank you very much, guys. Any last things you want to say to the people?
Oh, could I have more?
Goodbye.
Okay, thanks for listening, folks. So.
Guys, that was awesome. Good job.
Us.